Kaulayim Hawa Layahawa Bashim El Shah Bashim Dash. Double honors to the elder apostles get no son and honors and citations out there to the awful light. So we're just gonna get into this protest, which is going live out here. It says protesters class, which is our people. You know, probably mingle with some Edomites and all that, other nations or whatever. It says clash with agents, you know, particularly ICE agents, I believe. Not, it says Border Patrol. I believe it's in California right now. Let me see where Del Donut is. Go to the maps real quick. Alright, come on, fucking Satan, man. Like, really, man? I've never seen this before on Google Maps. Never seen this before on Google Maps, man. Okay, now they acting like they don't have a Doge doing this now. This is fucking Satan, man. It's Satan at its full extent. Just showing his ass right now, like. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Alright, they ain't got nothing, no live feed on Google. Atlantic Ave. Alondra, East Alondra Boulevard. This is what he posted up right now in Compton, California. Trying to get on some boots on the ground. Yeah, and it's ironic that, you know, you got cops or whatever, law enforcement, at a damn donut shop. Like, how ironic can you get? And you look at these comments over here, you know, most of them, yeah, exactly. It says Trump coat in here drooling. Yeah, because this is, you know, majority of them are Edomites, you know, talking shit. You know, look, throw a job application and watch them run, you know? And these are regular, everyday Edomites, man, okay? You know, people filled with hatred for our people. But this is the times we're in. Exactly, immigrants built this city. But this is the times we're in. Here we got stupid ass, you know, Tontos talking about some Latinos for Trump, and you see what, you know, Trump is doing to you Latinos, man. Okay, they getting you up out of here, no matter if you a goddamn U.S. citizen or not. Okay, they just making justifiable calls to get rid of you. And this is just going to expand to all of the tribes, which it has been, but it's going to be more so. You're just the enemy of the state. Just like they got a movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State. The next enemy, which is already in the books, is you regular everyday Americans. Okay, which Trump was even on record with the Trump was already on a recording where he was talking. I believe it was the El Salvadorian president, where they've been sending our people, where they got that prison. But he was on record saying that, you know, the next homegrown T's are going to be you American people, man. The next target are you regular, everyday Americans, man. They're using Issachar as a scapegoat. But Issachar, at the end of the day, they're Israelites. Okay, they're persecuting or touching the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Okay. And Esau, which even though Esau is a sword, he still has to pay for what he's doing to our people, which is nothing but persecuting and oppressing our people, man. And at the end of the day, like the scriptures say, our people love oppression, and they stay their own. There you go. All right, this is Psalms. I'm looking to get Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise." Let me go to verse 12. It says, Psalm 17 and 12. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, man. Because Esau, he has the capability, the technology, the weaponry, the justification, and he has the power and the resources, to oppress our people, right? And it says that it's greedy of his prey. Let me look at this word, greedy. To long for deeply, yearn. To pine after. Yep, yeah, there's a lot in the scripture, but I'm going to just go to verse 13. It says, "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him." I'm going to look this one up. "Cast him down." Look this up too. To confront. Disappoint, which means to fail to fulfill the hopes or expectations of, which Esau, that's referring to as New World Order. Because all this is just the precursor to his New World Order, man. Where he's going to totally, lock everything down, man. The whole purpose of his New World Order is to try to exterminate, the people of Israel, or God's chosen people, man, which are not those imposters in the land of Israel today, man. Neither are those Palestinians, man. Okay, those Ishmaelites. Those Ishmaelites. Okay, you got Amalek, which goes back to Esau. They're Edomites. Okay, then you got the Palestinians or the Gazians, whatever you want to call themselves. They don't belong there either because they're Ishmael. Their land belongs to the nation of Israel, or the children of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Those are the chosen people of the Most High. So we're in a time because, our people today, like the scriptures say, our people were oppressed together, man, in the land of Babylon, which is America. Babylon the Great is America. All right, I guess they're done now. You got the burning car. Yeah, it's in Compton. You got our people, man, being persecuted. Going against who? Esau. And like what's in the books now, Esau has basically declared our people, teists, Yeah, it's from the White House. Yeah, and I heard they got um uh U.S. vessels. I don't know if the brother put in the chat, but they got U.S. vessels over there in Mexico, naval destroyers or something like that. Let me see that. Warships. All right, hold on. All right, okay. All right, so this says it says Trump's Pentagon keeps sending destroyers that fought in the Red Sea to the U.S. sovereign border. A fourth one again. Look at this. This is the young lion, man. Jake don't have this power, man. Jake doesn't have a naval destroyer, man, or a warship. They can't defend themselves against this. That's why we're gonna go back over here. It says, "Arise, and, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." And this is one of his swords right here, man. This warship. The Most High gave this man the capability of building such monstrosities like this. You know, Esau has the ability to dominate, you know, land, sea, and air. And apparently, I gotta find out what this southern border mission is. Yeah, no, they doing all this for our people, man. No, I'm gonna go to the let me mute this real quick. This is DOD support to U.S. border security. The Northern Command, okay? Come on, man. That's in the scripture, man. Okay, the Northern Army, and it talks about the land of the North, which is North America. This is in the Bible. Let me get that real quick. Going into the U.S. military, I think it's in Joel, the Northern Army. But I'm gonna get the one over here in Jeremiah. Distresses foretold. Okay. And our people are enduring these distresses, man. Okay, they're being forcefully removed, just like Esau when he came over here. They forcefully removed our people from their landmark. Okay, from their land. You know, by way of what? Violence, man. Extreme violence. So it says, go to the point. I'm just go to verse 15. It says, Jeremiah 16:15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, okay, which is North America. And this is a complete sign. You know, they call this U.S. Northern Command, or U.S. Northcom for short, okay? Representing what? North America. And like it says over here in the scriptures in Jeremiah, verse 15, it says, but the Lord liveth that brought up, meaning delivered, the children of Israel from the land of the north. That's North America, okay? And from all the lands, whether he had driven them, because we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but our main deliverance is going to take place in North America, which is Babylon the Great, because of North America, where in the scripture it talks about the lake of fire, that's referring to America, because America is going to be burnt as a whole and never be, you know, repaired or built back up again. It's going to remain a desert wasteland, or a wasteland in general. And it tells you that in the scriptures in Isaiah 34, you know, all over the scriptures, or the Bible. And it says, and I will bring them again. This is after our deliverance. The elect and the 1/3 are delivered, which, you know, the elect are a part of the 1/3. It's just a hierarchy. Or the 144,000. I mean, and it says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, which is the land of Israel. So that this proves this is a future prophecy that we're not in our land. Okay, the Lord said, I will bring them again. He's with his own hands. Okay, via his son Yahushua, man, and the angels. They're going to physically deliver the Lord's elect from the four corners of the earth. It tells you that in Matthew 24. Okay, so yeah, this is that's the spirit. Okay, the Northern Command that's in the Bible. Okay, it says it's supporting the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and its operational component, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, by providing mission-enhancing capabilities to secure the border and stop the flow of human trafficking, illegal drugs. And the thing about this is, Esau is into all of this. Okay, he's the head of all these so-called criminal operations. He's the main criminal. This ain't about no fucking drugs. He's the biggest drug dealer on the planet, along with the damn fucking Chinese. It's all about, you know, oppressing our people. And like the main thing here, illegal immigrants, which they're the illegal immigrants. Ironically, it says into the country, U.S. Northcom's mission enhancing support enables CBP to conduct their law enforcement mission more efficiently and to support DHS, Department of Homeland Security, efforts to manage border security and immigration processes. Okay, this is what they claim they're doing, which you know what they're really doing. Oppressing our people, man. But where was this before you devils showed up, man? Okay? When you stole the land of the Native American Indians. When you slaughtered the indigenous people, okay? Of, you know, Central and South America. This man has did so much dirt, man. Yeah, like, look, you see this, the Northern Command, Jake don't have a website, okay? You know, the Jake don't have a website where you can read about their security, okay? Where you can learn and gain information about their military, man. You gotta join their military. And you see the power that they have, man. Hold on. I'm gonna try not to read this whole thing. It says military mission for sealing the southern border of the United States and repelling invasions. And guess what? Esau is the main invader. Okay? He's the main invader. And you always see that their symbol of the eagle or the phoenix. Then you got 44547, which is 9/11. Okay, representing DJT. Let me read this thing, man. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna see if I can get some juicy bits out of it. It says, as the chief executive and commander in chief, the United States Constitution empowers me to direct the various elements of the executive branch to protect our homeland and ensure the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of the United States in a manner I deem most efficient and effective, consistent and applicable with law. Which again is all about oppressing our people, man. Okay, keeping our people on the bottom. Our southern border is under attack from a variety of threats. The complexity of the current situation requires that our military take a more direct role in securing our southern border than in the recent past. You know, and he said the military, okay? The military, it requires the military. And it says, through Executive Order 14167 of January 20th, 2025, clarifying the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States, I assigned the armed forces of the United States the military missions of repelling the invasion and sealing the United States southern border from unlawful entry to maintain the sovereignty. Now, this word sealing, this is a pretty interesting word that he used. You know, let me see this word real quick. Let me look it up. Fasten or close securely. It says, territorial integrity and security of the United States. This memorandum provides additional guidance on securing the southern border to the heads of certain executive departments. Okay. Let me read this part. It says, I'm going to go up here. It says, Section 1 Policy A, to accomplish the military missions described in Executive Order 14167 and to assure the safety and security of the military and other federal personnel in areas of military operations within federal lands along the southern border, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of the Interior, the Secretary of Agriculture, and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall take all appropriate actions. Okay, so everybody, to provide for the use and jurisdiction by the Department of Defense over such federal lands, including the Roosevelt Reservation, Let me see what this is. The Roosevelt Reservation. And here they already got something down here.
Take control of the narrative.
It says Trump authorized. So again, this is all going to lead up, okay, to something major, okay? Like we were talking about earlier, the insurrection, man. Okay, and you seeing it happen with Issachar first, but it's going to spread through all the tribes, especially Judah. You Judites, you swear up and down, especially you people who basically saying that think they know what to do, which their plan is to unite with Esau. That's not going to work. But our people swear up and down that this is not going to affect them in any way, form, or fashion. It's going to completely affect you, okay? As the times progress, you're going to see how it affects you, okay? But Judah right now is just, they're asleep, okay? They're only going to wake up once it's too late. Once it's too late, it's going to be over. You're not going to be able to do nothing. Here, Esau is doing all of this for our people, okay? And like I said, it's going to affect the rest of the tribes. It says Trump authorizes military to take control of federal land along southern border.
Authorize the military to take control of the narrow stretch of federal land along the U.S.-Mexico border.
And of course, it's border protection.
The is a 60-foot wide strip of land that stretches across California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Ron Resnick explains why at least one lawmaker.
So like, and you see how all these Edomites are in favor of this. But again, where was this when these devils came over here during their inception? They was allowed over here, okay? But yet here you got your kingdom. It was built up by the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, and you telling them that they can't be here, even though this is originally their land. You're telling them they can't be here and make a living under your system, in your society. It's complete madness. Yeah, you see, they all in favor of this.
Calls the plan a bad idea.
I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
After just days in office, President Donald Trump dispatched thousands of troops to the southwest border in support roles. Now Trump has taken an unprecedented step. This new memorandum from the president allows the military to circumvent the 19th century Posse Comitatus law. It prohibits using the military in a law enforcement role on American soil. So Trump has ordered the Pentagon to designate land along the border as a military installation. Border crossers could be arrested by soldiers for trespassing on a military base. The specific border area is known as the Roosevelt Reservation, a 60-foot wide strip of land owned by the federal government along the U.S. side of the border with Mexico. It runs for 632 miles through California, Arizona, and New Mexico. 62 miles of tribal land on the Tohono Reservation are excluded from the Trump order. Legal experts say Trump's action will likely be challenged in court. Democratic Senator Mark Kelly said in a statement to 12 News that Trump's plan is a bad idea. Troops can support in emergencies, but this plan goes far beyond that. It risks putting service members in roles they aren't trained for, undermining their readiness for their missions. That's a bad idea and not what we need at the border. Trump's expansion of the troops' border role comes as crossings have plunged in recent months. Just 7,200 migrant encounters were reported in March, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. That's down from more than 189,000 during the same month a year ago.
Yeah, so they militarize the border. Okay, that's the point. I'm gonna start reading this. Well, let me see, read this right here. All right, so this is going back to the Trump. It says Trump's Pentagon keeps sending destroyers that fought in the Red Sea to the U.S. southern border. A fourth one is on its way. Yeah, all these titles, man, sound like scriptures, man. A fourth one is on its way. Sound like something in the scriptures. Like the third roll cometh quickly. It says, it says Cole is the largest destroyer, the USS Cole, to go from the Red Sea conflict, okay, to America's backyard. Again, the next enemies are going to be you people here in America, okay, you U.S. citizens, man, okay. Right now they're targeting, Issachar. It says the warship is one of the many military assets the White House has sent to the U.S.-Mexico border. I'm about to ask ChatGPT something. Alright, maybe it's in here. And again, here we go again. It says the Trump administration has been cracking down on maritime-related criminal activity, including weapons smuggling, drug trafficking, and illegal immigration. A top priority, and the Defense Department has sent military assets to the U.S.-Mexico border. Among these assets are 5 destroyers and a literal combat ship on staggered deployments.
Literal.
Yeah, literal. All right. Yeah, it says Cole, like the other warships, is set to be accompanied by a U.S. Coast Guard law enforcement detachment. They specialize in military operations at sea, such as counterterrorism, counterspiracy, or piracy, and anti-immigration missions. So all of this is for our people, man. Okay, you got to think about this. All of this is for our people. Just like back in the day, they used what they had to use to destroy our people, and these are the next assets that they're going to use in today's time. Okay, Esau gonna be dropped, just like Black Wall Street. There was many others. He even flooded our neighborhoods after he destroyed us or displaced us. Okay, you had the MOVE movement where they literally dropped bombs on them. Okay, in the section of row homes in Philadelphia, right? So now, get ready to be seeing things like this. Naval destroyers, okay? Militarized helicopters, tanks, everything, man. In our backyard. You know, a good movie to watch is The Crazies, man. They show you everything in that movie. They show you the whole entire agenda. And they show you who's behind it. Okay? Oh, man. All right. So this military is all over the damn world, man. It went from the Red Sea all the way to the U.S. Mexico border. It says when coal arrives in the Gulf of Mexico, which the Trump administration has named the Gulf of America, you know, Esau is basically saying this is our shit now. Okay, we kicking you niggas out. This is our shit now. It would be one of the two destroyers actively participating in the mission. The other warship, USS Sampson, departed its homeland in San Diego a few days ago and will be operating in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, I'm reading. It seemed like they just ready to go to war with Issachar, man. Like they already deemed, like it says over here, it says designating cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorist organizations, and specifically designated global terrorists. So basically, this is just saying Issachar is a T word. Okay, that's all it is. I heard they deployed a National Guard. But all this goes into the scriptures, man. Okay, Esau wants the people to rebel against this, man, so he can further justify his actions. So this is Jeremiah 18 and 22. It says, I'm going to go to verse 21. It says, therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their men be put to death, let their young men be slain by the sword in battle. And this is what, Jeremiah wanted to happen to the 2/3, because they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to obey. So this is a curse that Jeremiah put on the 2/3. Okay? We'll go to verse 22. It says, "Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them." Okay? The military, now is the military now, law enforcement, okay, the National Guard, etc. Okay? They had the cavalry back then. Now today they got the modern day slave patrol, which is the law enforcement. They got the military, as we've been reading. They militarized the southern border. Okay. They militarizing the police. They putting more, weaponry and warfare and power and resources in their hands to go against the Lord's people. Okay, that's what it's all about. They want to take us out. They want to get rid of us. And it says, "For they have dig a pit to take me, in his snares for my feet. Yet, Lord, Yahweh, Yibashim Yahushua B'Shem Kakadash, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakadash, says, thou knowest all their counsel against me to slay me." It's the same curses we put up, okay? When we got to strive against the 2/3 of our people that want to be hard-headed, that want to buck up against the word of the Lord, okay? So best believe, man, when you're doing something to the prophet, man, these words apply to you, okay? That's going against the men of the Lord, which is you're going against the word of Heavenly Father. Okay? It says, "Forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sin from thy sight." Okay? "But let them be overtaken before thee. Deal thus with them in a time of thine anger." And we're in that time. Okay? We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. That's the Lord's anger, man. Okay? As you're seeing, the things are building up to that. Okay, like this situation with the clash with ICE or law enforcement or whoever, man. You see our Issachar, our people out there, and they zooming in. That was a W zoom in at the right time. Okay, you see our people out here, man. And look, what our people? They ain't got no kind of weaponry that they have. Okay, no kind of weaponry, man. So they're expecting an insurrection, man. Okay, once they get what they want to get from the reaction from the people, that's when they're going to step up. Like they got the W zoom in, okay, and they're going to use their military powers, man. And they're going to declare martial law, a national emergency, etc., man. Okay, a curfew. They want complete dominance over our people, man. That's part of his new world order, man. He wants us to be nothing but slaves, cattle. This is wait, did I get all this? Second Ezra chapter 15, verse. We'll go to verse. This whole chapter is good, but I'm gonna go to verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay? And you're seeing it. But it right now it hasn't escalated to they're violently fighting one another. Yeah, and these protesters are labeled as terrorists, man. Okay, that's why they had the military in America now, man. Because you ordinary people, even though you're seeing this with Issachar now, it's going to be heightened to Israel as a whole, and also you American people. But the Most High only cares about His people. Okay, they're going to come against the Lord's people, man. This is what it's all about. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. You got civil wars, and again, insurrections, a violent uprising, okay, against authority. And it says, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition, okay, it's a rebel against the authority of a state or monarch, okay. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority, okay. Here you seeing it right before your eyes, man. You got those protests in, I think, France, where a damn soccer team lost. They trying to burn down the whole goddamn city. Okay? Then you got those protests that's going, I don't know if it's still going on now, all throughout Europe. Because they don't like what their government is doing, what their laws. That's basically oppressing the people. Then you got this situation. You look like you see Judah out here too. Showing their support. And again, they don't have nothing. They got their camera phones out. They got flags. Okay? They don't have the weaponry. What they get a Molotov cocktail and throw it out there. What the fuck that's going to do? Esau can just drop a fucking bomb on them. That's all they got to do. That's what they want to do. Okay? It's going to come to that, man. You see they got the helicopter. Where Jake, got a helicopter with guns on it. That's in the damn movies with Marlon Wayans when he had the nuclear warhead, the nuclear bomb from the USSR. USSR, I think USSR. Yeah, USSR. I already know that. Alright, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? So not only we gotta with the government, just ordinary people, especially amongst Esau, whatever situation going to happen, something might happen to 40, 45, 47. Yeah, and these Edomites, they're going to go crazy, man. They're immediately going to try to take over the government. And especially, they're going to immediately try to, just like they got the Edomite nationalist groups out there protesting, doing their demonstrations, and you seeing what's happening when they go into Jake neighborhood, they get ran the fuck out. But those two are eventually going to clash, man. Jacob and Esau, man. It's only a matter of time. Okay, we're just waiting for that certain event that's going to take place. But Esau, he's getting ready. But Jake out here, they bullshitting. They smoking weed all day. Getting tatted up. Women shaking their fucking ass, twerking. That's all they worrying about. The fucking NBA finals. They're worrying about the fucking NFL season. Okay, they're going out to eat. They're going clubbing. They doing TikToks. They streaming. They ain't got a care in the motherfucking world, man. Okay, they only care about, the world, the flesh, the lust of life. That's all they care about. And it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Well, Trump got them travel bans, man. Let me pull that up. We got the map up here. So full ban is in red. Libya, Chad, Sudan, Somalia, Eritrea, Yemen, Iran, Afghanistan, Myanmar, and partially Laos, Turkmenistan, Togo, whatever, Sierra Leone, Venezuela, Haiti, Cuba. Okay, Haiti is in red. Okay. These dangerous foreign actors. Like, what the hell are they going to do? What the are they going to do, man? They got no power, man. They have no power. Okay? But again, this is going to come to the States, man. They're going to be shutting the damn cities down. So he had his Majorian candidate over here. All for the gutter rats. Alright, so I'm about to end it. And it says, for because of their pride, okay, you're celebrating that goddamn Pride Month, okay? Because of their pride, okay, the city shall be troubled, okay? This is, again, it's going to affect America to the fullest extent, okay? Again, you're seeing Trump militarize America, okay? The law enforcement, those different agencies, man. He's bringing the military over here to the States, okay? Because you people are going to be the new foreign threat. Okay, and it's starting off, of course, with our people, man. And it says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. Okay, these are the times that we live in and that we come into. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but he shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay, we're entering that great tribulation period, man. Okay, and then it's going to and that's going to usher in that hour of temptation, which is that MOTB. Okay, that charagma, that implantable device. Okay, they're going to use that excuse, whatever they want to do, whether it be the economy or another pestilence, okay, or an invasion. They're going to push out that new currency, that new global currency. Okay, so with that, man, I do got more. I might do a part 2 to this. Hopefully this edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.